Hello, I'm live. Merry Christmas. This is my Merry Christmas. Yes. Okay, I'll check into it in a few minutes. Okay, so hello, Kathy Kelly. Thank you for coming. Hello. And I love Luann's name. It's me, Luann. Hello, popping in to say hi. I have a late VIPKID class. I will watch the replay. Ooh, awesome. We don't always get those. I don't even open those bookings anymore. There's like 2 slots at the end of the day for VIPKID, and I don't open them really. So I'm looking at my box. I have a little bit. Okay, I can bring it down. How does that go? Yeah. So I'm experimenting with the program here. Okay. So here we have some lights. Do, 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 do. Merry Christmas. Hello, Kelly. All right. I'm just kind of experimenting. I made myself a little background here with Canva. So those of you who use ManyCam, you can keep in mind that you can go to Canva and you can design your own little background, virtual background, but I see that the sizing for StreamYard is a little different. So I'll have to make sure if I write anything, but like the Merry Christmas part, I put on the background. And so now I have my own little virtual background, but the size of the box is a little different. So I have to keep that in mind. So I never get those booked either. Hello, Jason. It's good to see you. So I wanted to give you guys a good idea for Christmas. Okay, so you can share with your friends that OutSchool has a company that they will give you a scholarship for kids for their classes. So if you know anybody who might want to try, I'm going to my box here. I'm going to type you guys something. So I'm not that great with ManyCam yet. Actually, I haven't used this one in a while. So you can go to the ManyCam and you can go to a text box and you can pick any color you want. You can pick black, white, blue, whatever. But if you have any friends that would like to try OutSchool, but maybe they can't afford it, you can go to outschool.org and you can get a scholarship. So that is a good thing to recommend. Maybe put it in a video that you have or recommend it to your friends, private message. If you want to try OutSchool, you can go ahead and get this scholarship. I don't know if it's like a one-time scholarship and then that's it, or if they renew it per year. I haven't really checked into it that much, but I did check into it, and I actually got a scholarship for my kids because I figured if I like it, then they're going to keep doing it. And if I was making more money with them right now, I wouldn't. But I haven't jumped in there yet. So I'm going to have to create some courses that the people really want. So right now I'm doing knitting and I love it. I do have a class today at 10, but usually I get 1 or 2 students. And I realize with knitting, I don't want a lot of kids in those classes because if they're brand new, it's really kind of hard for them. So I have to keep those classes small anyway. But once they got going, you could have like a knitting club and everybody could meet up in a club. And then once they get past the beginning stages, then it's a little bit easier to have a bigger class and to chat and stuff like that. But I had a girl yesterday. She was from Los Angeles. She was so adorable and so smart. The thing I love about OutSchool is that when you get a class that is your passion, then you end up with, I think I'm looking at my virtual background. I think if I stand like a little bit away from my background, then I don't get the shadow. I think that's what's happening. I'm too close to my background. And so, you get kids that want your passion. Like if you start knitting, you don't get a whole class of 10 kids. I wonder if I'm going to like this class. You get kids that are excited about knitting and they catch on for the most part. sometimes you get kids that, they want to learn it in like 5 seconds. I think that this is the thing with kids today is they're not used to processes, like doing things in steps, and they're not used to dexterity. Like when I was a kid, we did the Chinese jump rope all the time. We did the cat's cradle with our hands all the time. We were always doing things with our hands for dexterity. I think a lot of times kids today aren't doing it as much. Not as many kids are taking music lessons and things like that. That's one thing I was going to check into for on OutSchool is music lessons. And so I'm going to look into that. And I was thinking that might be a good Christmas present, to say, here, I'm going to pay for you for a semester of music lessons and see how that goes. Knitting takes a lot of patience. Yes, it does take a lot of patience. And it is really good, though, for people that really like to work their brain, because it just is something about it that just, it engages your brain in a way that other things don't, like maybe you're cutting and pasting. That's good for dexterity, but it doesn't take all that brain effort. Because I had 2 kids last week, and they were brother and sister. They just jumped into the class, and they were older, and I thought, oh, they're going to catch on really easily. But at first they thought, oh, this is going to be easy. I'm just going to hurry up and do it. But they had to slow down and think about what they were doing. And you have to engage your brain in a way that is different than those. How was your teaching this week? Hello, Sandy. Thank you. Yeah. So I am still teaching a regular schedule for VIPKID. I do 5 or 6 classes per day. I do open up Sunday for Go Kid. And as of this morning, I didn't have any classes for Go, and then I just got an email. I'm not sure if I have 1 or 2. I have to check. But I'm trying to keep my Sundays open, like free of any teaching. But I opened for Go Kid because I figured if they book, great. If they don't book, I have Sunday off. So I have 1 or 2 I have to go check after this. But also my VIPKID, one day this past week, I only got 3 classes. I got like 2 cancellations. So I just closed them out because I am tired. I don't know about you guys. I am tired, and I was kind of hoping by this time that my OutSchool classes would be better. But I think I need to fine tune what I'm offering. It's not really anything other than I have to figure out what is wanted, needed, figure out what I want to do and work it all together. So for OutSchool right now, I have knitting classes. I have a pet sharing class. I have in the works, I did open up some classes for January, making eggs, different egg recipes, and I have like baking bread, which I did that with 1 student all the way through my 4-week course, and she loved it. We had a great time, but I only had 1 student. So I would like for that class to have more students if I'm going to do it. And then, but I want to offer some academic classes. Maybe those would book easier. So Kelly says she's tired too. Hello, Kelly. Thank you for coming. She's tired too. We're all tired, I think. And teacher Sandy's exhausted. We had Corona in our house. Oh no. So did you get it, Sandy? Oh, so I think we're all exhausted. We have COVID at my house also. Oh my goodness. No, I haven't had it yet. I've known a few people that have had it, but so far we have not been sick at all since March. So we've been fortunate. Oh, just the hubby. Okay, good. And I'm in bed. Jason, that's great. That's what I love about this. So I just wanted to mention outschool.org if you want to share that information. I heard about it from Casey, teacher Casey, who did it. She did a whole thing on her channel. She interviewed the guy that founded it. And I figured, why not? I'll look into it. I haven't used it yet, but I went to it. I signed up and I figured, hey, if the money's there, we're not rich. So I'm going to go for it. So Sandy said, but I had to still stay home because of exposure. I'm on interesting. So yeah, I have some friends that take hydroxychloroquine for other reasons. And so they were way back, they were telling me that they already take it for other reasons. I think like MS and some other reason. Also on my channel, you will find, I have a video where I said hydroxychloroquine, because at the beginning I kept saying, I can't say this word. Like, why can I not say this word? And so I kept practicing it. And so I made a video. It's kind of a funny video, quick, about saying it. You got to go check that one out. I thought it was funny. I was sitting there on the living room couch and my kids were like playing video games and stuff, and I was just goofing around, and I played with all the funny little faces, and I was like saying it, and then I put it together in an iMovie, and my kids were like, what are you doing? They had no idea I was making a video. It was hilarious. So Kathy says, thanks, we're all getting better. Thankfully, none of us had it really bad. Just being released from quarantine now. Awesome. Yeah, great. It's good to know people that get it. Like, we don't want you to get it, but we want to know that you got it and got over it. You're good. You're healed and you're good to go. That's always encouraging. Meredith, my friend Meredith, who usually watches this replay, she's very faithful to watch my videos, and she lives in Georgia. I actually met her in person. She's like a YouTube friend I met, follower on the channel. And then she met me in Georgia in person this summer, and she got it a couple months ago now, and she got over it, but then she got a kidney stone. And I think that was worse than the COVID, actually. So, yeah, so I just wanted to say that, yeah, things are pretty good with me, and I'm teaching a few out school classes, not a ton, but just here and there to keep my foot in the door. I'm also making videos and I'm working on a website where I can go ahead and kind of streamline all of my working things, whatever I'm doing. And my web page that is totally in the works is called Cindy Bennett Connection. CindyBennettConnection.com. And sometimes I accidentally put an S on that, but it's Cindy Bennett Connection without an S. Yeah. I sent the thing to my friend and I put an S on it. So it's Cindy Bennett Connection. I have class at 10. Ooh, yes, I actually have a class at 10 too. I have one student knitting class at 10. So I'm learning, though. I feel bad sometimes because my students, I'm kind of learning from them, because knitting is a hard skill to learn. It's a hard skill to teach, especially virtually. So I did make a couple videos to help to make the slip knot and to help to make the beginning knit stitch. And so what I'm doing is I'm sending that to my beginning knitters so they can kind of watch that slip knot, because one class took me like 30 minutes to get everybody figured out how to make a slip knot. And I'm like, I can't be spending 30 minutes making a slip knot. If they're coming to knit, they're going to be disappointed if all they know how to do is a slip knot. So that kind of gave me a little, so I sent that to the beginning students for that day, and that worked out pretty well. So that's what I'm doing with those videos. I'm not expecting to get, everyone on YouTube to watch those, but they're more for like my students, and why not put them out there, see what happens. So, yeah. So for Christmas, how are you guys doing preparing for Christmas? This year is a little different. Like, usually this time of year with a big family is like our lowest budget time. Like, we're always the least amount of money. I don't know about you guys, but it seems like you try to save up, you try to be ready for Christmas, and it's always like hard. And so I'm trying not to stress about it. I don't like, you know, go in debt over Christmas. We just try to spend what we have and, just do it good. I need to send out wrap gifts, and I did not do cards. I have that intention to send some cards, but that has happened to me many times where I'll just send them after Christmas. And I do love to make sure that I tell my friends Merry Christmas. And it's a lot of pressure to feel like you have to give, especially with a big family. You have to do this and you have to do that. So I love this quote that I found, and I did share it on my Facebook, but I wanted to share this with you guys also. And it says, "You are not obligated to continue holiday traditions that leave you broke, overwhelmed, or tired." Like, that's not really what Christmas is supposed to be about. You don't have to worry about those. I did watch a video yesterday also by a minimalist, and he was talking about how we need to be careful about gifting. Like, it's good to give things at Christmas. It's good to think of others at Christmas, and it's good, the whole spirit of giving and love to everyone is, important at Christmas time. But as far as feeling obligated to give gifts I cleaned out a closet yesterday and I found some sweaters that my kids never wore. And one Christmas I gave my daughters this cute little shawls that were, I thought they were really cute. They were like really warm shawl type things, and they never wore them. So I pulled them out of the closet. I'm going to give them to my two little granddaughters. They're only 7. They'll love them. And so, we shouldn't have to feel obligated to give gifts that we know aren't going to be used or aren't going to be appreciated. And I think it happens more as people get older. Like, little kids, they just love anything. But as people get older, it's harder to give gifts. So then we end up giving them things that they don't want, they're going to throw out, they're going to get rid of. So I thought it might be good to put some ideas in the chat box. Ideas I had was, I'm going to make banana bread. So give a gift of banana bread, wrap it up nice, put a bow on it. Chocolates, we have a place around here that sells chocolates, and my family loves chocolates. So chocolates is a really good one. That's going to be something you can give them, but it gets eaten and it doesn't take up space. Another gift, I'm painting some things to give to people that would appreciate a painting. Not that I'm the greatest painter, but that it was painted by me. And it's special because, maybe something they can put away till next year and then they pull it out. Now, I am behind on, I made some stockings, some knitted stockings for my older kids. And I'm behind on a few of those. I didn't get those all done this year. But I love to make things and things that will last, like the stockings my daughter, her 2 kids have, and I knitted a pattern in there and knitted their names in there. So that's why takes a little longer. It's the kind of thing you have to sit down and you have to count the stitches and all that kind of stuff. So Kelly says photo albums of our family is always a hit, especially with our parents. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, and those calendars, like you can get those calendars where you put in all of and it looks like, oh, it's just a calendar, but those things take a long time to put together, to put all of the different people in there and put the birthdays of all the families. That's a really good idea too. Great idea, Kelly. Gift cards. I was thinking of that too, gift cards this time of year. And this year, everybody needs something that they may not have known they needed, like, or even flashlights. I was thinking flashlights, emergency things, recipe books. I got one of my kids, I got an origami book. I did get for my granddaughters. They're the easiest ones to buy for. I got them a couple little gifts, and I got them some yarn and some knitting needles. So I figured I'll sit down with them and help them learn to knit. And so the little kids are easy to buy for. The older people, it's a little harder. So gift cards is a great thing for them. And when I was younger, as I got older, my dad would give us some money and then we would spend it after Christmas. So then we get the after Christmas deals. So that's another good thing, like a Walmart gift card. Or, another thought I had was buy local to maybe crafters. Evelyn Joy had a great idea. She said she likes to buy off of Etsy because then she can support people with their own businesses. So that's another good idea. Buy off of Etsy, buy homemade, buy things that from home businesses rather than a big chain store. So those are all really good ideas. So yeah, I think this year will be a little quieter. Thank the Lord he gave us snow. So this year, my daughter is coming up from Georgia and we will be going sledding, and we know where there are hills, so we don't have to pay anything. We don't have to worry about, masks and all that. Although we went sledding last week and there were actually people there with masks outside sledding in masks. I was like, seriously. I don't think that's necessary personally. Breathe the fresh air. So Lisa, you miss snow. Oh yeah. Oh, Kathy, you have 3 feet. Wow. You can go sledding. So yeah, I took the kids sledding for my son's birthday last week, and he had a great time. We have a hill there. It's kind of a public park. So people will go there, and they used to open the little lodge and you could buy hot chocolate and stuff so the parents could watch. They could watch from inside. But this time I went ahead and I filled up my thermoses with hot water. I cooked it, boiled it at home, filled up the thermoses with hot water, and then I brought packets of hot chocolate. So after the kids were done sledding, we just tailgated. We tailgated and had hot chocolate and whoopie pies. So that was a really fun birthday. And it was cheap. They had the time of their lives. So that was a great way to do a birthday. Last year at this time, we had gone roller skating. And so that was a little more expensive. And then, you pay to go in the roller skating place, you pay for all the food and all that. So this time we just did it low budget and outside, and we didn't even have to feel the effects of the COVID shutdowns with that. So yeah, so spend less money, have good traditions. Maybe some of the traditions that you've done in the past can't be done this year, but you can make new ones. Okay, and so I wanted to also share with you this interesting thing that's going to happen. This is really interesting. This is in 2020. I do believe in God, and I do believe that God is in control of the entire universe, whether we believe it or not. It has to be true. Like, how could this place have come to being without an almighty God? Hello, Danny. So I wanted to tell you about the Christmas star that is supposed to be appearing on December 21st. Okay, you can check into it a little further, but this is the information that I have. It's amazing that this occurrence is also happening in the year 2020. In the year when Jesus was born, there was violence, chaos, political and social unrest. It was dark. The Magi found him by the way of the star, which was the meeting of 3 stars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Mars. They followed the star until it rested on where he was, and they began to worship him in a time where it was dark. Light was brought in to our world. Jesus stepped into the chaos and brought peace. So right now, fast forward 2020, it's a time of violence, chaos, political and social unrest. It's dark. Winter solstice, December 21st, is the shortest day and longest night. It's literally the darkest day and is the beginning of what most would say the cold, dark winter season. But on the darkest day this year, Jupiter and Saturn meet, giving us the Christmas star. how fitting that in the moment of time during the Christmas season that we get to see this beautiful reminder that even in the darkest of times, light will and has stepped in. In our chaos, he is there. In our darkest time, he is there. He brings light and makes all things new. So as you look out on December 21st for the Christmas star, may we be reminded of his power, his light, and he brings for all mankind. He's perfect at stepping into chaos and bringing it into peace. So I know that I've seen information about this star, and it's something to look into and have your kids experience. It's a miracle that it would happen in 2020. This is a gift that God gives to us. God gave us the snow in New Hampshire. We have had times in December where we have had no snow. I can remember one year we were chopping wood and we didn't even need a sweater in December. So that year was awesome because we had tons of wood to chop that year. It was a miracle. But this year we have the snow and we can go sledding and we can enjoy the snow. And that is a gift to us this time of year. And the star is a gift to us this time of year to remember that we are in this universe and we are small, but we can enjoy the great things that are great. And I just love it. So this is another comment about the same thing. We could all certainly use a little Christmas cheer this season. How about it if we were a very special historic event happening in the night sky of our Father's stunning cosmos this Christmas to top it off? This is precisely what the folks at astronomy.com are saying. The whole world will be treated to this year when Jupiter and Saturn will form the rare Christmas star on December 21st. So isn't it amazing? Like, as the whole entire world suffers from all of this craziness going on with the virus, with the political unrest and all of this, that we are given this miracle of the Christmas star. And so check into it for yourself, astronomy.com, and see what you find about it and make sure that your kids know what's going on. And I also wanted to read this story about the Nativity. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, I'll have to turn off my gorgeous virtual background to show you this photo. Okay, so this is a photo, and this looks like a pretty realistic picture of what it may have been like that first Christmas. And I'm going to just read to you what this says. I love this portrayal of the Nativity. Before the shepherds come rushing in, jabbering about an angel choir, before anyone shows up with gifts, there's just Mary, exhausted from childbirth, and Joseph, overwhelmed by the task in front of him, and the baby that changes everything. The quiet beauty of this moment stirs my heart every time I look at it. I love the pomp and the fanfare of Christmas and the chaos of family gatherings. I really do. But I cherish the quiet moments to stop and gaze at the baby. I am too exhausted and overwhelmed, and he still just changes everything. So there's my thought for you today as you go along in the following week, that you would stop and that you would be thankful, make a list. I remember years ago when we had like nothing and we didn't have a lot of presents, but we had some big gifts to us that year. And so I told the kids, I said, even if we don't have a whole bunch of little toys under the tree, let's write down on a piece of paper all of the big things that God has done for us. I think we got like a washing machine that year, and, some really big things happened that year that we couldn't put under the tree. And so, those are the things that we need to do. That might be a good idea too, is that you would, just take some paper and just hang on the tree all the things that you're thankful for. If you don't have a tree, tape them on the wall. And so, I don't always have to have a tree. This year, my tree, this is another story. This year, my tree, I pulled it out from the closet. I bought it last year. The lights were broken. I had to rip all the lights off. I stuck my lights on, and then our little kitten decided that she loved to play in the tree. So every now and then, 3 or 4 times a day, she jumps in the tree and plays in it. So it looks really ratty. It's a tree with lights, and that's it. But it's okay. I don't have this beautifully amazing decorated tree, but I have a little kitten that plays in my tree. So we don't always have to have what everybody else has. We just have to be thankful for what we have. So that's my thought for you today, is just to look at what we have. We have so much. We have, we can't control everything in the world, and we just need to take it moment by moment and day by day. And I'm thankful for all of you guys, thankful for the support that I have for you on this channel. I am so thankful for all the friends that I have made through VIPKID, through online teaching, through YouTube. And, I've just met some of the most amazing people. So those of you who are watching this video right now, my gift to you is to also say, hey, how can I make friends on YouTube? How did you get all these really great friends in the chat box? Like, hey, Kelly, hey, Lisa, hey, I know these people because they come to my videos and I go to their videos, or I see them on Facebook, and, we just kind of connect. And that's why my website is Cindy Bennett Connection, because I love how the online world has connected me to some really great friends and some really amazing people that I would not have met if I had been shut down and I didn't have the ability to go online. I wouldn't have met all these amazing people. And I might have met some other amazing people in my neighborhood, I suppose. But, oh yeah, that's right. We're not supposed to meet up. So that's a little difficult right now. But I actually am connecting with people in my state and working on some things. As a matter of fact, this afternoon, we have some meetups, and I've met on Zoom calls for people within my state as well, because that's another thing, is getting involved in your own state, will help with the political decisions that you need to make as a state. So I am doing that also. I have a lot of things going right now. I woke up this morning. I didn't even know what day it was. I couldn't even remember. Did I take a shower last night or did I not take a shower? I can't remember. So I have a lot of things going. So I do need to take a break and take it easy and just chill for a little bit. And thank you guys so much for coming to my video. And I hope you guys have a really great week. And I'm going to sign off now because I have a lot to do. And I appreciate all of you coming to my channel, and those of you who do post videos like Sandy and Kelly. I know you do, and Casey. Just let me know, and I would be glad to go to your videos as well. I'm trying to do better about making sure that I give everyone their video time as well, because everybody counts on that. Kind of helps with the algorithms, they say. So I hope you guys have a great week, and thank you so much for coming. Merry Christmas.